Distinguished colleagues, let me thank you so much for your contributions. In fact, I want to very sincerely thank you for rushing to the chamber. When you got the memo from the clerk informing you that the House will be reconvening today, you cut short your holiday and your meetings with your constituents. Members, we were on recess and we had to call off this recess to serve the good people of Rivers State. I want to thank you very sincerely, very distinguished colleagues. You have indeed shown that you love Rivers State, you love your constituents. I thank you so much. Distinguished colleagues, the motion heavily presented by the Deputy Speaker and the Honorable Silvanus Wanko, which is a motion to decline actions on the medium-term expenditure framework, MTEF, and the appropriation bill 2026 until investigations on the allegations of gross misconduct against the governor and deputy governor of Rivers State are concluded. This motion, I must say, going by what members have also commented, is actually a motion that is good and is in the best interests of Rivers State. 26 members of Rivers House of Assembly have brought allegations against the governor and the deputy governor. It is important that the process be allowed to go through in line with the provisions of the Constitution. And the particulars of gross misconduct have a lot to do with presentation of budget, refusal to present budget, spending outside the appropriation law. Distinguished colleagues, one thing very interesting is what members also indicated in that notice, but we're not here discussing the notice, but we're only making reference to it, which is that there is a notice and the process of impeachment is on as we speak. Having received the notice, my job is to forward it, and it's important that we allow this process go through. What this motion is saying is, in the event that the governor tries, as he has always tried to do, to be smart by half, to now say he wants to bring the appropriation bill or to present the medium-term expenditure framework, the movers of this motion are saying, let him hold on now. Let the process for the investigation of the allegations brought against him and the deputy governor be concluded. Distinguished colleagues, is that not what you are saying? Yes. So it makes sense too that we allow that process to go through before we start talking about any MTEF or even the 2026 appropriation bill. In any case, the governor does not even want to present any budget, because if he wanted to, he would have brought it all this while. Similarly, Fubara is a mistake. He is a mistake. Rivers State has never had it this bad. In the entire Nigeria, similarly, Fubara and Professor Mma Ngozi Odu, these are the only two people in the office at the sub-national level that are yet to present 2026 appropriation bill. The entire country. I'm sure if you go to the entire West African sub-region or even Africa, you will not find any sub-national government that has not presented an appropriation bill for 2026. Who would believe that in this 21st century, that a state like Rivers State will not have an appropriation bill either presented or passed? Nothing is holding the governor for presenting it. He chose not to. And the governor has been boasting that he will always go and meet the president for the president to call us and give us instruction. He has been boasting, he has been saying it to his followers, that this assembly were nothing but toothless bulldog. That this 10th Rivers House Assembly, we cannot do anything, we cannot enforce the Constitution. This is a sad commentary for our democracy. Sir Simla Fubara and Professor Mma Odo, they are nothing but a threat to our nascent democracy. If they are allowed to remain in office, I don't know what will become of our democracy. And they are moving about from place to place, spending taxpayers' money without approval. Part of what led to other efforts to impeach them, first impeachment effort, second impeachment effort, has to do with refusal to present budget. Mr. President has called several meetings which we attended. Our leader, His Excellency Wike, has called several meetings. I have attended meetings with the governor, and we have called on him, present the budget, something that is in line with the Constitution. He says he will not. He's above the Constitution. Nothing will happen to him. If he does not present it, he will meet the president, he will meet the National Assembly, they will tell us to leave him alone. And he has been boasting about this. Now I ask members, is it the right way to go to allow a governor not to obey the Constitution, to continue to spend without approval? Even when we had an approval in 2023 for the governor to spend, the governor left the Constitution, left the appropriation law of 2023 and started awarding contracts outside the budget. Particulars of his award letters, they are there attached. The governor spends, people coming from outside River State, he will change our naira to dollars and give to them and tell them to go and wait for assembly members and make sure they don't succeed to do anything to him. So in other words, what the governor is doing with our funds of Rivers people, the poor Rivers men and women who are paying taxes, is to change our money to dollars and be given to visitors to River State, to stop us to subvert the Constitution. For how long are we going to allow this to happen? Our schools are not furnished. Our schools are not functioning the way they should function. Rivers people are suffering. Our youths are not being employed. Our roads are bad. Our hospitals, health centers are not fully functional. A lot of them are having issues. Rather than follow due process, what the governor has decided to do is to save money, change it to dollars, to subvert the will of the Rivers people, to subvert the Constitution. And he's boasting. Imagine the governor saying, the governor addressed the press rather and said, the only time that they should give him between now and the next 6 months before he will give account of, or statement of account of Rivers people. Other governors are saying how they are receiving money, how much they received, how much they have spent since he became governor. Since May 2020, since May 29th, 2023, Simla Fubara and Ngozi Madu were sworn in. They have never for once issued any statement of account of Rivers State. Not once. And the governor is boasting that they are going to call us and give us order not to follow the Constitution. And people are going in the media, people that we respect, elders that we respect are supposed to call him to order. They are going to tell him that what he's doing is good, rather than caution the governor for his infractions on the Constitution. They are clapping for him. Rather than calling on the governor, they are calling on our FCT minister, who is helping Mr. President in Abuja, and making it look like it's a problem between the FCT minister and the governor. It is not FCT minister and the governor. It is the governor and the Constitution. The governor is a threat to our democracy. It is better we all resign and leave the governor and those he wants to use to defraud Rivers people. We cannot continue to allow this to happen. We sit here, elected people, and we cannot follow, we cannot enforce the Constitution. Then why are we here? Why are we sitting here? Why were we elected? For how long are we going to allow this to happen? Distinguished colleagues, enough is enough. If they want us to forget the legislature, we leave the legislature. Let only the governor and the deputy governor spend as they like and eat our money and do as they like. Why were we elected? Why do we have the legislature? Why can't we be allowed to do our job? Distinguished colleagues, I thank you for your contributions. We will follow this impeachment process through. The Supreme Court has confirmed that the governor has committed offenses against the Constitution. Let the law take its course. The law has to take its course. Mr. President, we thank Mr. President. He's a father. Mr. President has done his best. Mr. President has spoken to the governor. In my presence, Mr. President told the governor, I'm giving you a second chance. The governor refused. He gave him another one. The governor refused. How many times will the Mr. President call us? Distinguished colleagues, I thank you for your contributions. Prayers have been properly canvassed by members. Those in favor of the prayers of this motion should indicate by saying ayes. Aye. Again, say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, by this motion, this House hereby condemns the refusal of the Governor of Rivers State, Sir Simla Fubara, GSSRS, with support from the Deputy Governor, Professor Ngozi Mma-Odo, DSSRS, to present the Medium-Term Expenditure Framework, MTEF, and 2026 Appropriation Bill in line with the Rivers State Fiscal Responsibility Law 2010 and the Constitution, respectively, as well as their reckless spending from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of Rivers State. 2, this House is declaring that the House will not proceed with any action for presentation of the Medium-Term Expenditure Framework, MTEF, and Appropriation Bill 2026 until the investigation of gross misconduct leveled against the Governor and Deputy Governor are concluded. Distinguished colleagues, these are the prayers. Thank you so much. Clerk, do we have any other thing on the other paper?
Mr. Speaker, the order of the day has been exhausted.
Leader.
Honorable Speaker, very revered colleagues, Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that this House stands adjourned to 15th day of January 2025 at 10 a.m. I so move.
You so move. Deputy Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I support the motion for adjournment as moved by the leader. I so support.
Distinguished colleagues, the House stands adjourned to Thursday, the 15th day of January 2026 at 10 a.m. Mr. Speaker will now rise.